It is almost 9 o'clock and I'm getting ready to do my blogger spotlight reading here at Dad 2.0. It's pretty empty right now and hopefully it'll fill up because I'm going on right before Michael Strahan. So hopefully people will want to see him and will accidentally see me. I'm sure it's going to be kind of an odd angle as I put this on the podium.
You ready for this?
I'm ready for this, guys.
How you doing?
Say hi. We're periscoping the reading, so
okay, good.
Hopefully, if any of the guys,
You're only opening for a Hall of Famer.
I know, right? Well, and I actually thought more people would show up early to see it because, yeah. No, honestly, I'm way more nervous about reading to a room full of writers than I am about reading to a Hall of Fame football player. I'm sure he's not going to care too much. One thing that's really great about being at a social media conference is that if you're having a conversation with someone or you're sitting in a session, you whip out your phone, nobody minds. It's actually considered, I think, nice. It means that you're engaged. You're engaged if you're having a conversation with someone and you stop to tweet about it. It's like you're not a rude teenager. You're actually like a really polite and wonderful person.
To start it all off, we're ready for our fourth Dad Blogger Spotlight. He is another new voice, but he killed it last night at the Dad Slam. So please welcome Roberto Santiago.
All right, here we go. This post is called Beauty. I'm always several months behind the rest of the internet. So whatever's popular right now is probably going to circle back to me sometime this summer at the earliest. Part of it is that I wait to see if things have staying power, and other times I just get curious about whatever that thing was that everyone was talking about. So for example, I just heard Macklemore's thrift shop like a month ago. Today I'm thinking about a conversation that the internet had probably a year ago, and it's about whether or not you should tell your daughters that they're beautiful. Now, I don't know if I have anything particularly groundbreaking to add, but I feel like I might have a perspective that I haven't seen much as I've read on the topic. See, my daughter was born with a complete bilateral cleft lip and palate. Within a year, she'd had surgeries to close both, but because the condition is complicated, she's facing roughly 5 more surgeries by the time she's 19. The most obvious marker of her condition now, and as she gets older, is that she has scars on her upper lip, where the cleft was sewn together. The surgeon did a great job, but with skin being what it is, there's always going to be that scar. It's noticeable, and people ask about it. Sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're not. Mostly the questions are innocent, and I don't know if I wonder or feel like I wish that they would or wouldn't ask, but I do know that she'll always have that scar. So far in her 4+ years, it doesn't seem like it's had any effect on her ability to make friends. Maybe it has, and I just don't know, but she's really never mentioned any teasing. I don't worry about her growing up and finding love. I'm sure that she'll do just as well as any of the rest of us in that regard. But I do worry about the times leading up to that. I worry about how she sees herself. I worry about how she'll handle the comments when they do come, and they will. When I was growing up, I got called ugly a lot, and it affected me. I worry that she's going to face comments about her face or about how she talks. She has a slight speech impediment right now. And I worry about how her self-image will be shaped by other people. So I tell her that she's beautiful. I tell her this almost every single day. Now, it's not the only thing I tell her. I tell her that she's a hard worker and that she can accomplish anything if she puts in the time. I try not to tell her she's smart, because I do believe that there are dangers in that and how it impacts how kids face challenges later on. But I praise her for her efforts and her improvements. I love her artistic side, I love her compassion and her imagination, and I tell her all of this. I also tell her she's beautiful, because if she doesn't hear it from me, I don't know if she'll ever really believe it. Now, I know she may not grow up to be a model, but she's got good-looking parents, so I know she's got a good shot to be beautiful to someone, at least the way that my wife is beautiful to me, and hopefully me to my wife. But I really want her to believe it. I want her to internalize how beautiful she is I don't want her to feel like she has to put up with any crap from people because she's not like other girls. I also know that my ability to really control or influence any of this is minimal. There's a better than zero chance that she won't believe me, that all the other voices will drown me out, or she'll eventually do what most teenagers do, and she'll just think I'm an idiot, and that my words aren't as important or as informed as the rest of the world. Or she'll think I'm biased, or I'm just saying that. I also know that self-image is much more complicated than this one issue. And I understand that if I raise her right in other ways, this won't loom as large for her as it did for me, or as much as it does in my own head. But I also think we do a disservice to people when we say that looks don't matter. Sure, they don't matter in a lot of ways, or shouldn't. And as a society, we tell people that looks don't matter, or that if looks matter to you, then you're somehow cruel or shallow. And then we go out and, as a society, do all the things that we do around the issues of beauty and body image, and celebrity and fashion. Looks matter. They matter to kids, they matter to adults. And like I said, I know this because I grew up always having the wrong clothes or the wrong hair and being teased. And it affected me. It affected how I viewed myself and how I interacted with the world. So maybe you think that that makes me shallow or weak. I don't think it does. I was raised to look past my exterior, and in some ways that came back to bite me. So I don't want my little girl, who is so interested in being a beautiful princess despite my best efforts to steer her towards baseball and superheroes. I'm not worried about her growing up to be shallow or self-centered or lazy because she thinks that her looks are her most important quality. With the scars that she has, I'm much more worried about the opposite. I'm worried that she'll grow up seeing herself the way the meanest and shallowest of her classmates tell her they see her. My daughter is beautiful, and I know it. And I want her to know it too. Thank you.